Hi guys, Susan back. Sorry for my squeaky chair. Haven't been around much lately because I've been a little swamped with school starting. A little bit crazy. But I went to an auction today and I just wanted to jump on here for a few minutes and show you guys what I got. I think my total, let me look here. My total I think was like 260. Well, I should have had my stuff together a little bit better, but anyway, 260 was my total, and I'll try to show you guys how much I paid for everything as we go along. I haven't looked anything up yet, so I'm just gonna tell you what I got, and we'll go from there. First thing I got was a really cool, big, really cool needle point. Let me see if I can get it over here so you can see the whole thing. It's the whole United States, and if you see close up, the glare's a little bit on it, but around the edges, it's the flower for each state. So it tells you the state, and then it tells you the state flower. And it's pretty good size. I mean, it's like a 20 by 26 or so. I haven't taken the back off yet to see if I can find a date. That's one thing I'm really curious about, if I can find a date on it. But either way, this should do really well. I think either gave $7.50 or $10 for it, but really well done. Really well done. So, and like I said, I have not looked any of this up, so some of it I may have maybe a total bust. I don't know. I kind of go with my gut on most things, so, and I'm still learning when it comes to collectibles and things like that, so, you know, I may blow it. We'll see. I don't think so, but we'll see. This lot here, this was a box lot. I'll show you what I got in the box. And I mainly bought it because I wanted this right here. I gave $7.50 for the whole box. I'll show you what all is in the box. First, I've got 3 Pez dispensers. These are not really old. Let's see if I can find a date on them anywhere. But I know they have the feet, and I mean, it's, I don't see a date right off, but I mean, they got UPC codes. They're not very old. I'm not a huge fan of Pez dispensers. I've sold them in the past, but there's not much money there. This little car is, actually, I'm going to have to do a good bit of cleaning on it because you can see it's got stickers on it, Burger King stickers all over it. So, but it's a Tonka, and it is metal, so I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get the stickers off. So then a Bobby Unser model. The box is really beat up, you can see. And like I said, I pretty much, yeah, it's all in here. So all that was kind of thrown in because I pretty much bought that box for this little machine here, this little adding machine. It's a Tom Thumb metal adding machine. If I can show you, it actually, all the little things come up and work. And even the little tray comes out. Don't know a date on that yet. I haven't really checked it out, but I think that was definitely worth $7 a half. Let's see. Next was another box lot, and on this one I think I gave $10 for these. I'll show you the whole box here. There's quite a few. And what these are, I couldn't believe nobody else had one other person bid against me. She started at $5 and I got it for $7.50. These are movie like media kits. So this one is from Princess Diaries, and they all have different stuff in them, but this one has like your, let's see if I can show you guys the opening announcement thing, the Warner Brothers Presents, and it tells all about all the actors in here, the production information. You've got some pictures here, so press pictures, oops, from the little princess. And I honestly haven't even looked in this box. This is the first time I'm looking at it other than at the auction when I saw what it was. So you're going to find out what it is when I do. So here we go. We've got the little princess. We've got JFK, and this one is thick. So it must have what all it has in it. Something from the Gallup organization. Then we've got a write-up in the Dallas Morning News, and then we have, ooh, this is really cool. We have this whole little folder here full of press photos. Cool. Alright, so let's show you some of what I got here. And of course these are photos from the movie. So Tommy Lee Jones, Michael Rooker, Kevin Costner. So see if you can see that. And I have a whole stack of these pictures. So I have to go through all of those. Let's see what all I do have here. And I don't know if press kits, I don't know if there's any money in them or not. But I got the whole box for $10. $7.50 or $10. Honestly, everything that I got today, with the exception of 2 things that I paid $5 for, everything else was either $7.50 or $10, except for one thing that I'll tell you about in a little bit that I paid up for, but it's gonna be okay. So we got JFK, we got the Crush singles. I'm not sure on this one. It just says Warner Brothers Fall and Winter. It's got some Batman stuff in it, so I'm not sure, but Fall and Winter of 1993 and media information it says. Imaginary Crimes, Little Giants, Under Siege 2, Wrestling Ernest Hemingway. That's a new one on me. I've never heard of that one. And this one says That's Entertainment, and then this is another one that just says Warner Brothers. So I'll have to go through those and see what all is in them. Either way, if I did pay $10, I think surely to goodness I can get $10 back out of these, whatever these things are. I'm not sure what they are, but they're cool, and it's something I've never seen before, so surely I can get $10 out of them. So $10 on that. Okay. Next thing, I'll show you my $5 things that I wouldn't normally buy, but nobody else would bid on them, so $5 I bid on them. The first $5 lot was this box of watches. A lot of these are not interesting at all. This one says IL. I have no idea what kind of watch that is. We do have a Fossil. Surely a Fossil. I don't know. This one says Merry Christmas. We've got one that says Paul Jordan, maybe. Not sure exactly what that says. I know squat about watches. Geneva, and this one's broken, so I'm thinking that's probably not going to be a lot. Oh, this one's interesting. This is Elgin. Now, don't know much about watches, but I know the name Elgin. So, we'll see. This says I don't know. Alberto Fioro. Never heard of that before. We've got Loris. Heard of that before, but I don't know if that's anything worth a flitter. And we've got a couple of women's watches that look like they have some age to them. And like I said, I haven't looked at any of these. This is all scratched up. I don't know. Let's see if we can see what name this one is. Bulova. Okay, Bulova. Paul Jordan again. Quintel. Now, I don't know what that is, but it feels kind of cheap. Then we have this one, which is kind of interesting, but it's also kind of got some flaws. The face keeps falling off of it, but it's called a Caravel. Maybe one of these days I'll figure out that camera. And then we have a smaller one. Let's see if we can get into this one. Maybe if I just turned you down a little bit. Well, oh, don't need to get into it, just need to turn it over. This one says W.M. Macy, I think. W.M. Macy. But anyway, I'll research these a little later on, but for $5, I mean, I couldn't let them take them, put them back in the storage room for $5, so that's going to be a treasure hunt on that one to see if there's anything any good in there. My next $5 buy was this, which the auction people said was costume jewelry, and it probably is. I mean, they know what they're doing, but just because it's costume jewelry doesn't mean it's not worth anything. I mean, this is really nice. After a good cleaning, that's a really nice brooch. And I do have my testing kit, so you know, some of them I will test and just see if they might be sterling silver or you never know, gold. Crazier things have happened. Not gonna dig through all these and just show you anything that looks like it might be a little interesting. Oh, we've got a bunch more watch faces in here. That's a Timex. Couple more watches actually, and some earrings. This one I think says Benrus, B-E-N-R-U-S. This necklace is really pretty. I mean, that's a really pretty necklace. But and some of these pieces definitely look, I mean, they've got some age on them. Oh, this is cool. Let's see what this is. This is some kind of a metal of some sort. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh. I think it says Methodist. Huh. Okay, so maybe not that great. But anyway, there's a Levi's tag. There's a bunch of stuff in here that I haven't even looked at yet. So we'll see what that turns into being. Dropped one. For $5 though. I'll take a chance on it for $5. So turn that off. So like I said, everything else except for those two things was either $7.50 or $10. This was not a it's in a box, but it wasn't a box lot. These I bought for $7.50. There is a ton of these in here, and I really don't know anything about them. They're called Sport Cows. They're vinyl decals, and I don't know if they're worth anything or if they're not. I'm trying to see if I see a date, but I don't. But I have quite a few of the same one, so I've got several of that one. And then I've got a stack of these. And let's see. Then I've got some that have letters and numbers. These are, I got quite a few of these too. So even if they're not worth that much, they'll be a pretty easy thing to list just in quantity. You know, take one picture and list, you know, quantity 4, quantity 5, whatever. So I don't remember, $7.50 or $10, one or the other on those. The next box lot was, I should tell you, I'm really into paper, so I tend to gravitate toward paper stuff if you haven't noticed that yet. These are different magazines, and some of these magazines can be worth good money. Now, I didn't look these up, but I know I've sold magazines in the past, and some of them are really good. And if they're not, you can sell the ads out of them. This one is Hank Aaron 1970 Sports Illustrated. Then we've got Stanley Tool Guide. I don't know the year on that one, but the price is 25 cents, so it had to be pretty stinking old. Then we've got September 91 Life, and this one will probably be one that the ads come out of. May not be quite old enough. We've got 71 Life. We've got another 71 Life. We've got a 69 Sports Illustrated, and this was actually the reason why I bought the whole box, because this was on top at the time when I bought it, and this is just stinking cool. It's a Collier's magazine from 1936, April 18, 1936. I'm going to check out the cool Coke ad on the back. I love to just look at the ads. I'm sorry, my hair is all kind of jacked up from sweating and blowing all this stuff up. I think I gave $10 for this box. Next one. Should have shown you this one already. This is another, back here, focus. Another box lot of the media guides. These are from different movies from Cobb, and this one's really cool because a lot of this movie, I live in Northeast Georgia, and a lot of the movie Cobb was filmed in our area. Actually, one of the scenes at the end was about a mile up the road from my house. So this one I may just keep because having Tommy Lee Jones that close to you is pretty stinking cool. Alright, we've got Love Affair. We've got Warner Brothers first quarter of 1993. We've got Interview with a Vampire. Oh, The Man Without a Face. We have The Nutcracker. Boiling Point. There's a bunch of these. Disclosure. Whoops. The Specialist. With Honors. Summersby. Oh, we've got another Crush. Warner Brothers 1995. I wish you could see these a little bit. Richie Rich. Malcolm X. Another Boiling Point. The Lover. And Passenger 57. So I'm interested to get into those and see what else in there. Those are pretty cool. I think $10 on that box. Now, this next box. It's my understanding, and I think by looking at it, it is either screenplays or from plays, like Broadway or whatever plays. Okay, let me see if I can show you this whole box. $10. Let me turn it around the other way so you can see. I'm not sure what the crap these are. I gotta be honest with you, but they are cool. This one is called The Boyfriend. You can see, and they're all just in either like school folders or these kind of black folders. This one's in kind of a fancy folder, but they're just folders, and they have the names written on the outside of them, and then it's like the play on the inside. It shows you the script. Now, it says not for sale, for professional use only. It's property of Music Theater International in New York, New York. Copyright 1954, 1955. So, do these have value? I have not a clue. Not a clue. But they were cool enough and different enough that I had to have them for $10. So, I'm not going to go through all these and tell you what the names are because, honestly, I can't pronounce that crap. I'm like a hick. I don't know what that says, but I do know that the ones that have dates have really early dates. And this one even has, let me show you, it's like handwritten notes. So even when you get over to the words, there's handwritten changes and I guess different, the way the scenes are supposed to lay out, where the spotlight's supposed to be, who it's supposed to be at a certain time. This one says spot, let's see if you can see, DRGO, so I'm assuming the spotlight is supposed to be on that person at that time. Some of these I've heard of. I'll show you this one, 1992 Wizard of Oz. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I'll see if I can find a date on that one. This looks like the music of that play. So, are they worth anything or are they garbage? I don't know, but we will find out. I got a lot of hours ahead of me on work point to figure this out. But again, this box full for $10. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll give that a shot. Okay. Getting past submitting. Now no, I didn't lie to you. I did pay $7.50 for this box. I don't know if nobody else at this auction knew what these were or what the deal was, why nobody bid on them, but I can show you the box. These are all, and it says, I mean, it's not like the auction company didn't know what they were. It plainly says Breyer horses. All of these are Breyer horses. So yeah, $7.50. I'm going to bring home a box lot of Breyer horses. I don't like to fool with toys, but I will. For $7.50, I will. I shouldn't say I don't like to fool with toys. I don't like to fool with regular toys. I love vintage toys. Okay, now this bag is full of mostly games. This, and I don't know, are they worth anything or are they not? I don't know. But I bought them all for $5 a piece. So, the game of the Third Reich, copyright 1974. Then we've got, and these were games I'd never heard of. So, Tobruk, if that's how you say it. Copyright 1975. Overlord, 1973. This one is a role-playing game, so maybe all of these are, I'm not sure. Don't see a date right off on this one, but Dawn Patrol is the name of it. And it's still, I mean, the plastic's kind of torn up, but 1980. But it still has the plastic, so it's new. Okay. Then we've got Tactics 2. Realistic War Game. Date. 1961. This one is not a war game. This one is prize property. It says the land development game. I'm thinking it's kind of like a Monopoly. It's from Milton Bradley. And the date on it is, I don't stinking know, because I don't see it anywhere. But anyway, I don't know what the date is on that one. And then I move these over. I got one more game. Axis and Allies. I don't have a stinking clue about that game, but for some reason I thought in my head I had heard of it before. It's 1984. I don't know if I've really heard of it before or I dreamed it, but either way I bought it for $5. Alright. Then there was a stack of books. I bought the whole stack for $10. Let me get them all out so I can show you what I got. And it was stacked up basically just like this here. So I bought the whole stack for $10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. I think if I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books for $10. Foxfire, there was Foxfire 7, Foxfire 3, and the original Foxfire book. If you've never heard of these books, if you ever see them, buy them because they sell. They're pretty common around my area because the Foxfire, the whole program was probably about 40 miles from here. So finding these books is pretty common around here. And most people around here already have them, and that's why they don't buy them. This is a history of White County, which is a county that's pretty close to where the Foxfire books were done. I don't know if that will sell for anything, but it's so close to me that it'll be a pretty cool read if it doesn't. Then we've got 2 tour books from AAA, the Southeastern Tour book. Price on this one was $3, so I'm curious what the if it tells me a copyright date. I don't see one right off, so I'm not going to make y'all wait and look for it. And then we have the Western Tour book. Oh, this one has some hippos in the back. Oh, maybe it's a map. It is a map. Let's see if we can find the date on this one. Price on this is $3 too. 1938. 1938. So they're both priced at $3. They're probably both pretty close to 1938. That doesn't mean they're worth anything, but maybe. And then we've got the Handbook for Boys, Boy Scouts of America, 50 cents. I actually have a rare copy of a Boy Scout book listed right now, and I think I have it listed for $250. I'm sure this one will not bring as much as that one because that one is a hardcover book. I don't see a date on it right off, but it was 50 cents, so it's got to be an early book. Now, the last things that I got, but probably the coolest. I got this scrapbook, and I couldn't find a date on it just from a quick flip through, but the back has a price tag on it. I don't know if you can see that. Well, you probably could if I could get it in the picture. But when it was bought, it was 25 cents. So definitely was a while back. And what's really cool about this is whoever made this scrapbook told a entire story. So they have pictures of a baby, and then let's see if I can hold this up for you. And then she's growing up, and of course all of these are from magazines or whatever. But the whole story goes along until, you know, she goes off to college, she starts dating, she gets married, da 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 da. Really cool. I don't know what it's worth, but I know it was worth the $10 I paid for it, if nothing more than the coolness factor. Next one is 105 early postcards. So all in this nice little book, this postcard book. And some of them are loose, so I can show you them easily. Postcards, and they're all written. This one is 1909. If I can show you the postmark there, I don't know if you can see it. 1909. And the book is just filled, let's see, I don't really want any of them to fall out, but filled with these postcards. So I'm really leaning toward taking the postcards out of the book to sell them. I don't know if that's what I'll actually end up doing. That's what I'm leaning toward right now. We'll see how it turns out. But anyway, 105 of them in this book. I think it was $10 I paid for it. And last but not least, definitely not least, because this is what I paid the most money for. And my husband thought I was insane when I kept bidding on it, because I'm pretty cheap usually. Obviously, you know, today I didn't give more than $10 for anything, but for this I paid $30, which is weird for me, but I think you'll see why. So it's a folder, just a folder, a binder, and this is what it's full of. So 1986, at least the ones that I saw dates on were 1986. I'm not sure which series that is, but Garbage Pail Kids. I was a little nervous, honestly, about the fact that I spent $30 on these, because I don't have $30 to blow on garbage. But I knew I could get my $30 back. I thought that I could do much better than that, but my husband's sort of got me to second guessing myself when he kept saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" So, came home and looked this up. This is the only thing that I've looked up. And I found on eBay 63 days ago, hadn't even been on WorthPoint yet, but 63 days ago, a set, mine has 300 cards in it, a set that had 332 cards, sold for, they were asking $500, free shipping, and they got a best offer, and it sold for $425. And they had, what did I say, 332. So they had 32 more cards than I have in mine, and they did have some 1985s, but theirs was mostly 1986 too. So I don't think I did too bad on that. 30 bucks, even if it goes for 300, I can handle that. And I was really glad to see that they were selling in lots, because the last thing I wanted to do was separate all these stinking things and sell them individually. Don't want to do that. Don't have time for that. I have another job. I don't have time for that. So this will be the first thing that I list to try to get back the money that I spent today. Then everything else will be free. I mean, I consider it free. It's not free, but it will be paid for. Something else cool that I got the other day, since I'm on here, I may as well show you, is this. Jarts. These are insane, but they're brand new. Never been out of the box, never been used, still attached inside there. The price tag on them is $2.99. So that's what I paid for them at the Salvation Army, if you can see that. Salvation Army thrift store, $2.99, and this should do really well. I saw just the box with nothing in it, just the box, sold for $39.99. So definitely gonna get my $3 back on that one. And other than that, I haven't got anything else cool lately. That was some cool stuff today, though, so I thought I would share it with you. I am going to try to get back to making more videos. As you can see, I've kind of taken some time and sort of switched around my business model, not doing hardly any clothes. It worked. Not going to say it didn't. When I was buying clothes really cheap and doing the quick flip, but it was so much stinking work, and I already have a full-time job. This is my side deal, and I just didn't have the energy. Yes, I increased my profit for sure doing it that way, but I was killing myself. I didn't, all I was doing from the time I got off work was shipping and listing, and that's not what I want to do. I do this because I like it. I didn't want it to be a grind. This is fun, finding jarts is fun. Finding those books and the cool postcards from 1909 that you get to read somebody's, what they wrote to their friend. That's cool. That's fun. I don't want to do it if it's not fun, because I don't have to do it. I mean, I do it because I like it. So, yeah, if you're still here, I guess you figured out that I'm not selling clothes. I do have a few clothes over here, but the few things that I do have are vintage or really cool or something unusual. Not just buying $1 clothes to flip them for 12. Yeah, I don't have the energy for that. It's great if you can, if this is what you do full time and you have access to some cheap inventory, that's a good way to get started. But I mean, in Georgia, we don't even have a bin, so that's not what I want to deal with. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Cool and interesting clothes. I got this really cool poncho the other day. Missing a couple of buttons, but it's obviously 70s. It's handmade, hand knitted, fringe. That's cool. That's interesting. Tommy Hilfiger, not interesting. Not interesting. Abercrombie, not interesting. All these books and postcards and stuff, that's cool. That's interesting. That's something I'm going to have a lot of fun just looking up. But now that I have showed you what I have, I got to get over off of here and take pictures of it so I can get it listed. So, I guess until next time, we'll see you later. If you have any questions, guys, if there's anything I can help you with, please leave them in the comments. I'll come back around and maybe I can help you. I don't know. If not, maybe we can figure it out together. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.